first launch zone was like right on the equator. So, and that's kind of nice for us. And also, our target is actually on a flat plane of the equator, not like I think that's actually close to the light. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, anyways, I'm pretty much just gonna go ahead and let this thing fly. Not a lot to say or talk about, whatever. So you'll see me go into that map, which is the see the planet and has the orbital trajectory of the realistic trajectory of the spacecraft. Oops. Alrighty, so what we're going to do here is detach the main stage from the rest of the vessel. Go ahead and start going towards the horizon so we can start doing our aperture. I was really supposed to do this, or not supposed to go so high up because I bet your aperture is completely retarded. Yeah, that's just completely unnecessary. Anyway, I was extremely inefficient with our fuel interest, but the good news is that main stage would slam right back down into the ocean and be completely destroyed. So, looks like we're probably going to adjust our so anywho, I don't even know why I'm putting this up here. I already know how to do this. So we're just going to wait to essentially wait for the prograde vector here to get to the horizon. That's when we're at our apoapse there. And we're going to kind of just burn it out to our apoapse is kind of along this angle here with the MUN. So that way it will be coming over the horizon, and we're just going to burn prograde and come out here to the where the moon will be. So anywho, and that looks close enough. This isn't rocket science; it's a video game. What's on the greatest? So anywho, I'll probably be speeding this up. So again, it's not because there's not much to watch. I mean, this is what's happening here. I guess we can extend these solar panels because we're out of the atmosphere. Yay, solar panels. Anyway. Alrighty. So we're passing over the apoapse and we haven't actually extended it out. So rather than plummeting back down, we're going to pitch our nose up over the apoapse in front of us. We'll see here starting to scoot out ahead. So these particular engines here offer pretty good efficiency, but not a very high thrust-to-weight ratio. So that's why we're not jetting off into these stars quite yet. But we should do so fast. Alrighty, so our periapse is definitely going to be still inside the atmosphere, but the plan is we're going to get to about here, 5 minutes into the future, and we're going to just burn out until, not that much, but you'll see. So we're going to burn until we get an encounter with the moon like that, and ideally I think I'd like to keep the moon's periaps at around 50 meters or 50,000 meters or 50 kilometers. And my 2-year-old boy is deciding to comment on all that, so, anywho. But, yeah. So, I guess I will see you guys then. So if you see here how the moon just came over the horizon, it's good enough for me. And these are gimbling engines, so we can kind of see them flickering around back here. It's just like gimbling around. So since they do gimbal, that really helps with the turning of the spacecraft, pointing and forward and whatnot. So just burn on out towards the moon. Anyways, luckily, this is not entirely realistic, otherwise it would be as fun, and don't pay attention to it. It's no big deal. Anyways, it's not entirely realistic. You can restart these engines as many times as you want. So, oh, look at that. We are actually done with this section of the ship. Make sure the next part detaches correctly. Alright, so, there we go. So that section will continue on its own orbit. Luckily, I have it set up so that way debris is not persistent in this game, so it will get deleted eventually. So we're gonna throttle down and kind of just really minimal throttle. It's amazing how much of a difference you can make when you're this far away. That's close enough. Alrighty, so next comes the fun part. So let's make sure our staging is set up correctly, which it is not. Because next thing we want to do is jettison the launch tower. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite a new stage here. So we're going to pull down the decoupler that you can see here. And then we're also going to want to go ahead and, no, just boosters for the launch tower at the same time. So those will fire off at the same time, and you'll see the whole nose cap here, which this, I don't know why I keep calling that a launch tower. That's not a launch tower. That is the escape system. The launch escape system is what it is. So if I up here say were to hit this abort button, what that would do is that would detach the capsule from the rest of the rocket, even if the whole entire thing was still back there, and that would use these rocket boosters you can kind of see right here, and that would activate those simultaneously as detaching this, and the entire system would launch straight up off of the rocket. So that would be nice and escapey, and then of course you'd activate your parachutes and come down on a nice touch. But however, we're going to launch that sucker right off. Okay. So next things next, we're going to go ahead and decouple this section here. We're going to activate our reaction control system, which are these thrusters blocks here, RCS thrusters. And we are going to go ahead and rotate the spacecraft around. And we are actually going to set that as our target. And we are going to wait for that piece of debris to get out of the way. Make sure we're thrusting the right direction, right? And looks like it'll be out of the way. It should kind of go in between our solar panels there. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and retract those solar panels. suck to kind of have them blow off. Anyways, so if you see down here on the nav ball, we're going to align our prograde vector with the target indicator. Go ahead and thrust on in there. Kind of slammed it. Luckily, these docking ports have magnetic seals on them, so they naturally attract to each other and line up. And yay, hooray! Look at that, how easy that was. All right, so turn off the RCS thrusters, activate the solar panels again, and turn on the lights, because who likes it when the lights are out? Seriously. Alrighty, so now it's a little hard to see, but we'll go ahead and turn so you can see into the light. So, oh, there it is. Rotate this around. We do have our reaction control wheels, which are located inside this advanced stability assistance system. Oh, there goes the Enterprise warp engines. That's my son again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and transfer through the docking port here a few people to the, I always call it the tuna can. You can see the TC4N right there. I call it a tuna can because that's what it reminds me of. Anyways, we are going to control the vessel from here. And the reason why we're going to do that is so that way we are properly aligned when we decide to hit prograde, retrograde, whatever, yada yada. Because I'm actually mostly flying by the nav ball. Anywho, so we're going to go ahead and warp time all the way forward. And go ahead and slow down to real-time speed. And, oh wow, that's actually really flat. Okay, cool. So, the nice thing is that this is actually a pretty flat trajectory, although I think what we're going to do is go ahead and point our nose straight down. Let's see, that is, okay, that's facing the moon, so we are going to want to kind of point down this way here towards the normal vector, I think it's called. And we're going to fire the engines just a little bit, and you'll see that our orbital indicator here is going to kind of flatten out even more, so that way we have less problems later on. Trust me, we will. It just makes it easier if you line everything up. And that looks good enough. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the retrograde vector, and we're just going to go ahead and time warp back to the periapse. And so once we get to the periapse here, we're going to go ahead and thrust so we get into a kind of a parking orbit, as it were. So go ahead and turn that on. You'll see this kind of wrap around. So we have a parking orbit. Bring it down to like 1,000. Make sure our periapse is going to. Close enough. Alright, so look at that, we are on the dark side of the moon. Fantastic, isn't it? Alright, so we are going to leave, who's up here? We are going to leave Bob Kerman in orbit with the capsule and some engines and solar panels and everything. And we are going to go ahead and undock. And you'll see there we have, well, since we undocked, they'll have a little bit of distance set between us. So anyways, yeah, we will go ahead and I really should have done, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to swap to the, what's this thing here called? This is called the main capsule, huh? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and redock with it real quick. Because what I would like to do is actually spin this whole doohickey around. Got a charge or something? No. Just, oh. See, this is why you control the vessels from the right command module. Alright, so what we are going to do, though, is turn this around so that way we are actually behind it. So when we undock here, we can float off for a little while. We'll go ahead and speed up time so that way we can say, yay, bye, and get unaligned from them. And then what we are going to do, slow down time all the way, turn retrograde, and we are going to say goodbye to the command capsule as we break. So we're going to go back to the map view. We will call that good. There's no really particular landing site. Maybe we'll try to land right here. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this retrograde vector. We're going to stick out our landing gear preemptively. That we might be landing on that engine nozzle, which I'm sure it's good for it. Alright. So yay, look at the beautiful view of the crater. By the way, if you're wondering what this looks like from the cockpit view, yes, there is a cockpit view. Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? So we're inside our space helmet. And you got a few little things here that are indicators. That's an altimeter. Don't know how good useful that is. Well, I guess it's handy if you're just like purely flying from the cockpit, but you can change your surface velocity, orbital velocity, yada yada. So, anyway. And there is, of course, fire extinguishers, the door over there, a hatch that goes that way. Yeah, this is pretty much it. There's the other guy, the other Kerbal. So, anyways, we're going to warp time. That's where. And I'm also going to set my camera to where I can actually see things. And you know what? That looks like a nice little spot there. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the engine. I know this is not the same as the lander in real life, but oh, so by the way, when it's time to take off again, it's really simple. We point at a heading of 180 degrees. So we're at 90 now, so we point in the other direction, 180 degrees. And pretty much, you just sail off into the stars and you line up with your spacecraft. That's why I tried to put it on a equatorial parking orbit, as it were. But anyway. Okay, we got lots of thrust. Okay. Yes. What are you doing, lad? Yeah, you're funny. Turning 2 in like 2 weeks. Cool it on the engine there. Whoa, lordy. What he said. I really should have, like, one thing I think is interesting is there's no shadow. I thought Kerbal Space Program did render shadows, but I guess I was wrong. Because there should be a shadow right down here-ish. But, anyways. Yeah. Then we're gonna kind of just wobble on down here. Whoops. Anywho, we might be tipping over. We might be tipping over. We were tipping over. Anyways, okay. We'll try that again on a, woo. Alright. I got this, don't worry. It's cool, I got this. velocity here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Alrighty, so yeah, we're just kind of figure this out. Let's go ahead and go retrograde so we can stop ourselves and do some spins and yeah. Yeah. Look at that. We are landed on the rocket engine itself. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's auto quick save that. Alright, let's get out here and plant a flag before the rocket has a chance to tip over. Or the lander has a chance to tip over. Some kind of witty comment, I suppose, for this, which would be, site name is safe and sound. Made it. Now, let's, oops, get back. I guess technically the N should be capitalized, shouldn't it? Alright. Now, turn on the reaction control, trim control, blah, 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 thruster pack. Let's go with the jetpack for now. Alright, got that. Boarding. Now, remember I said we just need to go to a heading of 180 roughly, but we should wait for our spacecraft in orbit to come around and probably be here-ish, I'm gonna guess. Totally a guess, by the way. I'm not kidding. Looks good. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and light up the engine and go to bearing 180. Oh, and apparently I got that totally wrong. Do we want to go... No, that's the wrong way, isn't it? We want to go north? Is it then? I don't know. Either way, rocket's out of fuel. So we're going to do... detach that. Whoa! Okay, activate that. Where's that? Okay, that is... Apparently I got my numbers all messed up. Apparently we wanted to go 270. Either way, okay, well I'm not wasting... Maybe I'll waste all the fuel. Anyways, alright, so once we get up to our apoapse here, I'm going to go ahead and try to... Wait, no, give me that. I'm not going to really worry about going into a stable orbit quite yet. Oh, I should probably say this is my target so I can have some assistance. Anyways. What was I talking about? I don't know. Now, we're going to try... I want to try to meet up around here. That'd be great, because that would mean we'd have lots and lots of time to fix any mess-ups on my part. Separation of 4 kilometers. Alright, well, I'll take that. So, I'll go and hit the maneuver node. We should have more than enough fuel to get to our rendezvous. Keyword should. So we are actually going to have to accelerate past them. what's our separation? 10 kilometers, huh? Well, alright, we'll try this real quick. Did I make it worse? I did make it worse. Okay. Still making it worse. Alright, well, let's try this then. We'll do a small little maneuver node here to play with it real quick. Alright, 10. Do I need... Nope. Are we too high? Oh yeah, we're a little high. So let's go ahead and pull that over there. Pull that there. Separation! Entirely too close. Alright, so this time we are going to warp to exactly the maneuver node. Do this. See, this is why you pay attention to do this in math and not just like totally wing it. Whoops. Alright, I'm really hoping that is pretty darn close. That is pretty darn close. Alright, cool. So, yeah. So we're just gonna kind of just scoot on by. There's our friend getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And we are gonna start slowing down. Alright, so what we need to do is kill our relative. Oops, shoot, I messed that up completely. Kill our relative velocity as much as possible. Alright, and then we are going to do our level-headed best to accelerate towards the target. And then once we get close, we're going to go ahead and stop. Do our best to stop, that is. Alright, cool. So, we're pretty close. So, alright. That's pretty good. Alright. Now, since this thing does not have the RCS pack, it's just got a reaction control wheel, which is why that thing is spinning around mercilessly. We are going to go ahead and set this as the target, control from here, and we are going to turn on the reaction control thrusters and puff our way over there. Alright, probably aim towards the target too. Then we'll pick up about 1 meter per second of speed here. Just kind of do speed of time. Aha! Boink! Alright, so now to get back to Earth. Or no, Kerbin. By Kerbin, it'll be going down soon. So, first things first, we are going to use up the fuel in this. So we're going to control from here first. And I'm not going to utilize the reaction control thrusters. But what we are going to do is, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be able to accelerate here ridiculously and kind of just do that. Come back to Kerbin. And new. So, yep. Cool. So, we're just going to time warp here until we get... And... close enough. Alright. Let us accelerate. Ready? And fire. So we're going to fire all the thrusters. Okay, so we are going to transfer all the crew members here, and we are going to say goodbye to the lander. Goodbye, lander. It was great knowing you. Alright, see, this is why we needed more fuel here, because look at that. Alright. So, let's fold in the solar panels real quick so we don't smack them off while we are rotating around. But let's turn on the reaction control thrusters, flip around entirely too fast, and say goodbye to our lovely, lovely lander. That was not intentional, I swear. This oh, wow, that's really low. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we might find out if we are going to burn up in the atmosphere or not. Anyways, I'll try to slow us down once we get closer since we have so much fuel. Yeah, so let's go ahead, time warp to our doom. Yeah, I totally did not mean to kick off the lander like that, but you know what's kind of neat is the lander is that thing's, I'm pretty sure that thing's leaving the Kerbal Mun system since it's not Earth and the Moon, you know. Alright, so wow, we are going pretty quick. Let's wait till we get to about 100,000. I sailed right past that. Hit the brakes. Luckily, we have a considerable amount of fuel. Not that they're like reduces down to 500 meters per second, but that is why we have things that we can jettison and shields. And I'm sure we're going to blow off our solar panels. That just makes it cool. I also don't know why these particular engines are so loud. Yeah, whoa, come on, dude. Oh, look at that. Things are starting to heat up and will probably be exploding soon. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Look like inside. Oh! Oh no, there we go. That's not a good notion, right? Oh man, I really hope you don't explode entirely. Let's find out. I like how it has the red over here. Don't hit the parachute button. But good news is if you don't explode and die, you should land over the water. Uh-oh. We had a solar panel break off due to aerodynamic forces. Oh, there goes another one. 1 or 2 or 8. Anyway. Man, I can't believe we haven't died entirely. Oh, there goes 2 more solar panels. Ah, there goes the rest of the solar panel. We have no more solar panels. It's official. It's a little ridiculous and scary. But, good news, we're under 2,000 meters per second, so we should survive this. There's some people watching this. Alright, so we're about to run out of fuel for these engines. Any day now? There they go. Alright, so now what we are going to do is... Oh man, I think if I jettison this, this is going to come slamming into us. So we're going to go ahead and rotate around. Jettison that piece of debris. And... Whew. Oh, we don't even need this heat shield. I'm kind of depressed. I'm not depressed, but kind of bummed I didn't get to use it. Oh, look, we got more fuel to use. Alright, so I'm thinking if we... Oh! Okay, I was thinking that we could slow down and that would do its thing, but... Man, we are going really, like, slow. And we're still 15 kilometers up. Man, that's a bunch of debris from something. So, in the interest of still landing in the water and not on the edge of the coast here, we're going to go ahead and speed up some time. Kind of get lower down. And we'll go ahead and parachutes, all three of them. And continue to accelerate time downward, and then they'll fill up with air eventually. There we go, to a certain altitude of whatnot. And then now we are going really slow for it to... Oh, 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 that might explode. Kind of. Hit the water. It's always fun to watch debris and whatnot just impact things. I don't know why. Maybe it's a guy thing. Anyway. Slowly descending down. Yay! Look at that. We hit the water. And then now, you know, we have RCS thrusters left, so I'm wondering if we can, like... what if we can use those to, like, motorboat somewhere? No, probably not. Like, not even sink. Nope. Yeah. RCS thrusters aren't very powerful. But anyway. So, that was that. We'll go ahead and say, hey, look, our guys are safe. Yay! Oh, something exploded over there. Anyways, thank you for watching, if you're still watching. And maybe I'll see you next time or not. Anyway.